Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina has said without ensuring global partnership in public health, no one is safe. Hasina called upon everyone to work together to reduce the prevalence of diseases that have increased due to climate change. In the morning, she inaugurated a two-day international conference on public health and diplomacy at Hotel Chinorga in the capital. Meanwhile, Sheikh Hasina said in the past 14 and a half years, the government has been trying to bring healthcare to the doorsteps of the people of the country. Along with that, she also highlighted the various steps taken by the government to make the healthcare of the country world-class. The Prime Minister emphasized in taking integrated programs to ensure strong and consistent preparedness to deal with emergency health problems in the future. The European Union is checking the preparation and possible environment for the upcoming election in Bangladesh. The EU will decide on sending observation to the 12th national Parliament election based on the report sent by the headquarters of this visiting EU representatives. Ricardo Challery, the head of the delegation, said this after the meeting with the Election Commission at noon. Earlier in the morning, the delegation held a meeting with the Election Monitoring Forum in Gulshan. The meeting took place with the Election Commission at 11 a.m. After the meeting, the head of the delegation said the European Union's high level will decide whether the European Union will send observers to the next election. However, he also said that they will talk to the various parties about the upcoming election environment and inform all parties. A high-level U.S. delegation led by State Department Undersecretary for Civilian Security, Democracy and Human Rights, Uzra Zeya, will arrive in Dhaka today on a 4-day visit, the Foreign Minister source said. Assistant Secretary for South and Central Asia Donald Liu and USA Deputy Assistant Administrator will accompany Ms. Zeya, Foreign Secretary Masood bin Momen said earlier. He said that this is a regular visit under the mutual framework, adding that there is a whole range of bilateral issues that will be focused during the visit. During the July 11-14 visit, Under Secretary Zeya will engage the civil society organization on freedom of expression and association and inclusion of women and girls, persons with disabilities and vulnerable groups. She is likely to meet the Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina as well. Bangladesh trade with India in rupees has started today alongside the usual transaction method in US dollars, as both of the countries have completed necessary preparation in this regard. The central bank governors of the two countries formally inaugurated this transaction process in the capital. But under the fresh arrangement, such an important amount of Indian currency can be utilized to meet the import cost, which will be equal to export income in rupees. In the event, Indian High Commissioner Pranay Kumar Verma said if transactions are started in rupees, the complexity of settling liabilities in the other currencies will be removed. It will be more helpful for traders. The Indian High Commissioner also expects that the trade between the two countries will increase as a result. Besides, Bangladesh-India bilateral trade has seen somewhat hampered due to corona, but now it is increasing. The Anti-Corruption Commission ACC wants to know the source of money coming from abroad to Dr. Mohammed Yunus, chairman of Grameen Telecom. For this reason, the organization has sent letters to 9 countries, including the United States and Japan. It is also being investigated whether the money has been sent abroad through hundi and then brought to the country as a remittance through the banking channel or not. Those related to the investigation say after receiving this information from abroad, the defendant in the ACC case, Dr. Yunus, who won the Nobel Peace Prize, may be interrogated. On May 30th of this year, ACC Deputy Director Gulshan Anwar Pradhan filed a case against 12 people, making Dr. Yunus the #1 accused. The investigation was started on the allegation of a loss of about 3,000 crore taka, but the ACC gave information of embezzlement of 25 crore taka against the accused in the case. All-out preparations are going on for tomorrow's rally of BNP at Bolton. Apart from Dhaka, the leaders of surrounding districts have also been instructed to join the rally, and all units across the country have been asked to be ready to deal with any situation. Apart from the main party, various wings and allied organizations including the Jubo Dol, Shechchashebok Dol are ready to have maximum strength in the rally. BNP wants to show a large gathering in the rally in the capital on Wednesday. The leaders says that they will strictly follow the centre's instruction to send a message to the government through peaceful rallies. Dengue panic is also spreading in Rangpur. One person has already died. 86 people have been infected. However, the authorities are not active. Public awareness is not being created. The health department says that most of the victims have returned to Dhaka. On the first day of the campaign, the city corporation found Aedes mosquito larvae in some places. At least 2 million people returned home from work in Rangpur division on Eid. Among them, several people also returned home after being infected with dengue have been treated in the hospital. According to the information of the health department, 86 people have been diagnosed with dengue in the 8 districts of the department in last few days. Meanwhile, the city corporation launched an operation to destroy the larvae and breeding grounds of Aedes on Monday. Aedes larvae were found by raiding several places including Keranipara terminal in the city on the first day. Chuadanga Shodor Hospital is in crisis of doctors. 20 years ago, it was increased from 50 to 100 beds, but not a single doctor was appointed. On the contrary, the number of doctors had reduced from 22 to 15 for 50 beds. No one for emergency department. The patients have to suffer a lot. Chuadanga Shodor Hospital started the journey in 1970 with 50 beds. As time progressed, the hospital was facing a shortage of doctors. There were 15 doctors against 22 posts. The government increased the medical center from 2003 to 100 beds. But not a single doctor has been appointed since then. On the other hand, after the transfer of the medicine and ENT consultant, the 2 posts have been lying vacant for almost 2 decades. There is no one in the charge of emergency department. The hospital authorities informed the higher authorities about the manpower shortage, but no recruitment has been done yet. The people of Chuadanga hope that the authorities will ensure the health care of the people by appointing sufficient manpower. Erosion has occurred in Padma River in the north channel of Faridpur Shodor Upazila. Houses on the banks of the river, farmlands has already been disappeared. Many spend their days under the open sky. Many more installations are at risk. Although the geobag has been dropped by the administration, but there is no use of it. The Upazila executive officer says that all necessary measures are being taken to prevent erosion. Water is also increasing in Padma. Along with that, there has been a breakdown. Hundreds of acres of cropland at some points in North Channel area of Faridpur Shodor Upazila have been destroyed. Many people spend their days under the open sky without support. They want shelter as well as food aid. Many more houses, schools, madrasas, community clinics and croplands are at risk for erosion. The Upazila executive officer says that necessary measures are being taken to prevent erosion and the victims will also be given the assistance.